workers raised their families here. Tragically, though, Melville was destroyed by a tornado in the spring of 1920. The destruction was so terrible, and despite all efforts, they were never really able to rebuild. And frankly, it is nothing more than a few vacant lots. But if you watch very closely on the east side here in a moment, well, you will see the remains of the Melva Hotel. Now, you will need to keep a sharp eye out for it because it does pass by rather quickly. Keep those eyes peeled to the east.
Got it. What was it? Well, this time I can tell you about the building of this railroad. Now, the vast majority of the White River Line was constructed between 1901 and 1906. It did take more than 5,000 men and nearly $12.5 million to complete the 239 miles of track between Carthage, Missouri and Newport, Arkansas. Now, imagine if you can, the building of this mountainous section, well, that really was a major part of this project. You see, those men tunneled through 5 different mountains. They also built by hand those 284 wooden trestles which crossed the valleys, and they also erected more than a dozen high bridges crossing the rivers and streams. Now, as for the cost of building this mountainous section, well, it was about $100,000 per mile. And back then, well, that was about 4 times the average. But when it was all said and done, this was truly a first-class railroad. Now, these tracks, they were owned by the Missouri Pacific Railroad right up until 1986, when they completed their merger with the Union Pacific Railroad. Then, in 1992, the Union Pacific granted a permanent lease to the Missouri and Northern Arkansas Railroad, to which they in turn issue us a track warrant, which essentially gives us permission to use these tracks for our excursions by day, while they can still run their freight trains both day and night. And of course, we are using Missouri and Northern Arkansas engineers aboard our train, and we certainly appreciate the fine professional job they do.